Please listen for a minute about this inyan. And this is a person that has a passion, a person that has a ratzon, a person that has a will. You should just know that this will that you have, you can move mountains, you could do things that you've never thought possible. You know, what's the secret to someone accomplishing something that is, would say, an accomplishment or hard? What's the secret to it? You know, you see people that they're very, very successful in certain aspects, and they accomplish certain things that you say that's beyond. So of course we know first things first, siyata dishmaya, that we know. But how do you get there? How do you get that siyata dishmaya? One of the ways I'm telling you right now. One of the ways is, we know there was a very famous inyan in the Torah that speaks about Shechem violating Dinah, and at the end of the day, Shechem tells his father, I need to marry Dinah. Help me. What do I do? And Shechem says to his father, could we speak? Chamor says, let's go speak to Yaakov and ask him for his daughter for you. And at that time, the brothers came, we know, the brothers came back from where they were, and they're all sitting down, and this was the deal. The deal was, of course, it wasn't going to happen. If you look at the Psukim, and they good, it says, if you all do, you and your whole town does Brit Milah, then we can talk. And what does Shechem do? He's the first one, he does the Brit Milah, and he gets his whole town to do Brit Milah in one day, by the way. How is that possible? You know what it is? Imagine convincing a 25-year-old, 30-year-old, by the way, do Brit Milah. And imagine convincing, you know how hard that would be? Imagine you have a guy, oh, you didn't do Brit Milah, no anesthesia, no nothing. Imagine, you're going throughout the whole town. And you convince every single person. How? How do you do that? People are not, they have minds in their heads. Are you kidding me? You know how painful that is? You know what it is? And also, think about it another thing. Imagine all the men of the town are all out. Right? What happened the third day? They came in, Shimon and Levi, they wiped everybody out. But think about it, they don't know that they're all men are going to be out for a whole day. Any country could come in and just attack, and they'll all be dead. Like, I don't understand. You know what the Psalmist Mr. says? He says, this is called when a person has a ratzon, when a person has a will, when a person has a desire. All you have to do is open up that desire more, whatever you want, and you'll be able to get it. You know, it's like, you ever hear music? You know, you open up the volume, you know, sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's lower. In your life, listen to what I'm telling you now. In your life, let's say for example, you want to do something special. If the ratzon, if the will, the passion is in you, but it's in you raise the volume, you raise that passion in you, you raise that will in you, you raise that ratzon in you, I can rest assured it'll happen. I can rest assured that will happen. I've seen so many people that I've dealt with, and I saw one thing in them that they had more than the other, and they were able to accomplish it. What? It was the will. It was the ratzon. It was the passion. This is what I'm doing. And the volume got raised. A lot of times what happens is in life, you want to do something, but what happens? And the volume is very high of the ratzon. The ratzon is very, very high. But through time, people diminish it. People lower the flame. You can't do it. It won't happen. It won't be. And then by the time you get all, forget it. I had a havruta many years ago. And when I first started to learn with him, he told me one day I will open up a choshen mishpat kolel. Another year passed, another year passed. He called me the other day and said, guess what? After many years, I've accomplished it. And he opened up a choshen mishpat kolel. It has to do with all business halachot. Wow. Money halachot. This is a true story. I'll tell you his name after the thing. I don't know if he wants me to publicize exactly what he did, but he had that ratzon when he was young, and he did it. You can have a ratzon when you're old. But what? The way you're able to get it done is the volume of it. If it's raised to the max, you'll be able to do it. How many times a person wants to be, let's say for example, a person wants to be a Talmid Chacham. He wants to know, let's say Masechet, I always say, no one Masechet well like inside out, like you know your name. You should know the whole Shas, you should know the whole Torah like that. If you have it at on really, really deep, you'll be able to do it. But what do you mean? My head's not there. What are you talking about? You'll be able to do it. You know the Gedolim? Listen to this, Mikey, listen to this. You know the Gedolim? I was reading a story yesterday about the Hazon Ish. Hazon Ish. He was quoting one time a Gemara in Bava Batra. He was a daf and a half, 2 daf off. He says, wait, did I just forget that? Oh my goodness. You know what he did? I'll tell you what he did. It was a Friday night, and he was talking to somebody, and he said, wait, was I a daf off? He quoted the daf. He quoted daf this. Was I a page off? Oh, it was a page off? Oh my goodness. That means I have to do Masechet Bava Batra, I have to review it again. The next morning, when one of the persons that he was learning with came in, he said that the next morning he said that he literally finished the entire Masechet Bava Batra overnight. I asked you, how do you know how to do that? Because his will, his desire was so strong that he's going to know the whole Shas, that he'll be able to have it clear. That's what he wanted. You know what they said? At the age of 13, the Hazon Ish said, from now till the end, I am what? I'm going to learn Torah L'Shem Shamayim. And this was his will. When you have a will for something, well, I can go on and on, by the way. When you have a will and a desire for something, you'll see things that you thought wasn't imaginable became imaginable, because what? Deep down you had a burning desire, and the more burning desire you have, the more you'll see it to come to fruition. Have a great day.